being limited, I think, is a good thing.
Join us as we unravel the story of Keinemusik, where friendship, art, and diverse creativity exist.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Lebogang Kaneli. I'm also known as Ulebo K. That's my stage name. I'm professionally known as an MC, like to say. I'm a radio and podcast presenter, I would like to say. And that's all thank you to Bridges. So just a short story before I give it to my co-host. I am an alumni, right? I'm an alumni, finally. Fresh out of the box, we were the term 2 co-creators. We just graduated last week, which is great, and we got the opportunity to share this big stage with amazing people. I see everybody out here. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope this is just going to be a good talk. I'm very excited for what we are about to hear, and now I think it's great. It's the time where I give it to my co-creator, my co-host,
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Lebo. I go by Museko Akitam. I'm a DJ and a producer too. I also graduated last weekend. If someone had told me that I'll be sitting next to Rampa and ME, I'll tell them, you're crazy, bro. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm even stuttering. I don't know, I need water. Yeah, man. Guys, welcome to Bridges. How are you?
Thank you, good.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. So I think it's only fair that you guys introduce yourselves. And yeah, let's just start from the beginning. Who do we have with us today?
I'm Andre, also known as ME, coming from Berlin, Germany. And I'm a music producer as well and a DJ.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm Rampa, same as me, Berlin, and yeah, we make music.
All right, so first question, we already know your names, but I know we're here together to speak about the record, which is Keinemusik. So let's take it from the beginning. What inspired you guys to come together? And yeah, let's take it from the top. I think it started in 2009, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2009, we kind of had a founding year for Keinemusik, but it started way before. Because when I moved to Berlin, I'm not actually from Berlin. I moved to Berlin now it's almost 20 years ago, probably. And then I worked in a little studio, as an intern. And that's why I met this guy. And we did some stuff together, late at night when all the others were gone. Just locked in the studio, pulled out all the equipment and just jammed. And then, but at that time, we were just more into hip hop. So everything else we did, we said so it's different music. So he had the idea to call it Keinemusik. Okay. So everything else felt not hip hop was this. So it was electronic music and I don't know something like pop as well. And that's where we met probably 2007 or so. Oh. Then after 2 years we kind of grew together, partied together, produced together, and then Keinemusik was kind of founded. But it was not actual days, just was flowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we partied a lot at that time. So the first, So we technically studied partying to be able to deliver, and we've been a bigger crew at that time, so it was a bigger circle. Konstantin and a few more friends partying with us. So Keinemusik in the beginning was more I don't know, maybe 8, 9 friends, party friends. And then over the years, it kind of distillated to the Keinemusik it's now. I don't know, maybe at some point, and one day I'm alone, I don't know. But, yeah, so it all came from going out and party a lot.
And do you know what I love about just art in general? There's always a funny beginning. There's always something weird that connects artists, and it's just something so amazing. So it's quite good to hear that it always starts. And do you know what we call it when you go out? We call it our office. because that is literally your office. That's when it all started. So it's quite great to hear that. Seko, I'm sure you're burning over a question, but go ahead.
Oh, can't wait. Okay, so like, you know the famous cloud? The one on top of the booth? Whose idea was it to have it there? And was it actually intentional for that whenever we'd see the cloud, we can like connect it to you guys' faces?
Yeah, so it was my idea. I wish he said it. Okay, so at the end, I always wanted to have we always wanted to have something catchy, like a thing like Justice at the Cross, or certain like eye catcher or something to I don't know, make the brand and the feeling visible. And then we like it like dreamy, we play a little more long sets. And so the idea was like, okay, let's have it dreamy, cloudy, a lot of fog machines and hazers, and everything is a little like, I'm not sure if I'm awake or if I'm dreaming. So the cloud was that thing. And now the cloud slowly is, evolving to a nicer cloud. The first one is this kind of balloon. And the first idea was to make like a video beamer inside, and then, make the logo and whatever we want, like visuals from inside on the cloud. But it was less minute, so we put the logo on it, just in case we have something, because we don't know if it's working or not. And this year now we started in Dubai, and last year, was it this year? In New York, we did the big Peace Cloud, which is a mix of the cloud and the logo. Okay. And now for next year, we want to bring it a little bit on the next level, like we did in Dubai with the disco ball cloud, or like in Paris now we had a new one which has light inside and makes it a little bit more look like, not like homemade. But that's the story with the cloud. And
yeah, awesome. So something you just mentioned right now with the cloud is that it's important to have branding, right? Like always come out and be unique. And with working with, obviously you guys are not alone. You did mention that you started as a big group. How did you manage to actually, how do you deal with this guy with so many ideas? With you being unique, how does it work when it comes to collaboration and making the music within the label?
I mean, we all like different people, so we act on different levels. So I'm more like we'll say like a studio guy, like being alone in studio. Adam has his own kind of work. Like he doesn't want to be in the studio. He wants to be at home, like producing there. Yeah. So everybody's like individual. So we really like connect together pretty good. So because everybody's like have their own field, like where they work in. Yeah. So we're not like clashing or something like that.
So you mean and people stay in their lane?
Exactly. And not in the lane, but it's like we mix together pretty good, and we're doing it for like how many years? 15 years already now. So we got used to each other pretty good.
Okay, so I see in the list of founding members, right? There's two names that actually pop up. Monja and Reznik. What's their role like in like the label?
Monja's there from the very beginning as well, and she was doing all the artwork. Like from the beginning, we wanted like stand out a little bit by having like a nicer artwork, and the vinyl should look nice and everything like that. So she was in front of us, partying as well.
Giving us the free drinks at a place called Picnic, because she was working at the bar, and
smart.
Yeah, so that's how we came together. And Andreas as well. Andreas is DJing as well, but he like back in the days he had like another job, so he was like always just not producing, or he started producing pretty late, and was not DJing that much because he had to like actual work to do.
His work is also music related, so he's a music journalist, and his knowledge in music in general is really wide, and was a good input also because he's a good writer. So he did all the press tags and bios and all that stuff, found the right words.
So can I ask another question? Okay, sorry. 2017, right? I think you released your debut album, right? You Are Safe. Okay. And then 2021, you released your second album, Send, Return. So, like, how important is it to, like, wait? Because it's like a 4-year gap. So, like, why that gap in between? Because like nowadays people are just out there not even releasing albums, they're just releasing singles like maybe every week, you see.
I mean, like a 4-year gap is like for us is like quite healthy because we just started with like singles and singles and singles, and it worked out pretty good because actually for us it's a small label. We can put out like too many releases a year because a release needs to breathe a little bit. Yeah. So if we put out a release, it needs to like I don't know at least have like a gap of 3-4 months for the other release coming out. We're doing it for I think 8 years, and then we said, okay, now it's the time to do an album because we felt like with an album you can like say a little bit more than just have like club tracks. Yeah. So we did that, and when we first did the album in 2017, and then we went back to the old structure, like maybe like having a few remixes of it, but then having our own like club releases. And then after time we said, okay, now we are trying to bring it more together because we were like DJing more as a trio. So we're like, okay, let's do another album together to like make it more fundamental. And then after 4 years we decided, let's do it again. And now we're trying to work on another one. But as you already know, like times are different. Nobody wants like hear like a album right now. So you have to do like a little bit more like a different approach to it. Like have like more releases like in front of it, and then have like the album coming like a little bit later. So with like 2, 3, 4 more titles on it. So that's how people are like receiving music right now. They're not ready for like a 12-track album. So nobody wants to listen to that, especially if you like electronic music. So it's a bit different right now. Yeah. But we're working on a third one. Slowly.
Please do. Please do. And on that, guys, I just want to get it out there that this is a conversation. We won't be asking the questions alone. So we will be giving some time for anybody who's itching to ask the questions. You will be raising your hand and then we'll just get a mic so that we have this engagement because we have questions, but I'm sure you also are burning. So yeah, don't be shy to please raise your hand and then we'll give you the opportunity. My question goes to, you just mentioned right now, how the music scene is evolving. And from what I know is that you guys are in the electric scene. So looking at the times and when you were doing music back in 2017, times have changed. How are you adapting to the different scenes right now? And how is that going to contribute to the next album that's coming through? How's that going to be different?
I don't know. Okay, I mean for us, like we are evolving as well. Like when we first started, I think the sound was like more. It's like probably less vocals. Now we're like more on the more vocalist kind of side, and like we try to team up with different artists as well, like to have like new worlds going into our electronic music world. Because in the beginning it was just like grooves and jumps and grooves and drums, like pretty long, 9 minutes, nothing else. And now like all our tracks like have more like a structure, like more like a song structure to it. So and I think it adapts more to the word right now where we can connect all the different genres. So that's quite easy if you have like a more like a structured kind of thing and you can just do whatever you want right now. Like because when we started, especially in Berlin, it was not easy to get out of the box that easily because you always have to do it like that, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like this. And now it's like more open and we can do kind of whatever we want. We're trying at least.
Okay. Any questions from the audience yet? Awesome. It would be nice to please introduce yourself as well, if you don't mind, please.
Okay. I'm Limi. I'm a DJ and producer. And so I just came back from 2 months in Germany, mostly in Berlin, and it really influenced my musical persona. And I wanted to ask, how did it influence you living there and being exposed to such a variety of different genres and different clubs? And
I mean, for me, it was like, it changed my whole life, actually. Because before that, I was like coming from a small village and was like listening to hip hop all the time, everything was fine. But like combining this with the party life wasn't that easy. Because like in the cities in Germany, if you do to hip hop parties, you always have to fight all the time, fight. Because there's just guys, people get drunk, and then at some point, I don't know, you know how they are. And then when I came to Berlin, and I started to work in the studio, there was a DJ that I like helped operating all the desks and everything like that. And he was taking me to all the clubs over there, like Panorama Bar, Berghain, Weekend, everything like that. And was like, wow, this is like a whole new world. People are partying and they're not fighting at all. That's crazy. So I did it every weekend, and we did it every weekend for like a couple of years.
Yeah, we both grew up on the countryside, so obviously Berlin made a big change because we didn't know these kind of clubs before, and then once we knew them, we did our homework. We went a lot to party, and back in the days in Berlin, you had like Tuesdays, Thursdays at Cookies, and then Wednesday at Weekend, and then on the weekend Panorama Bar, Berghain, Bar 25, Monday, you know.
so you had your routines.
You do pasta pesto, and then you go back to study. It was so obviously it influenced us the most. Being in Berlin, it was a good time. And then pretending to study from my mom, which I actually did. I didn't lie, but I studied something else.
I think that being on the dance floor is studying. So I always tell people I went to Berlin to study about the German dance floors because it's studying. You see the energy the DJ creates in every dance floor is very different than the other. Every DJ is different. And also I felt that in Germany, it's not enough to be just a DJ. You have to either produce or to bring a live show. And that's even, it puts me into a whole different level of, like I become a musician, not just an artist.
Yeah, I'm happy you've been there.
Thank you so much. And I'm actually going to come to the funny stories because it feels like there's so many stories you can tell us. We need to laugh about it. Yeah. But on to the next question.
How's it? My name is Chelsea. I'm also an Afrotech producer. And my question is, South Africans are very proud of the genres that, have come out of this country over the years. And to see guys like yourselves playing and loving our music and playing it for people and letting them enjoy the moments as well, it's like very inspiring and gives us a big reason to keep producing, But my question is, when in the journey did South African music come in where you heard like a track and you were like, damn, that feeling is what we need to put in our sets? And what things do you guys love about South African music that maybe we don't even understand that we're doing? And the appreciation for just the South African music that you play. I'm interested to know when it came and what makes it special. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not quite sure when it came. It was like more like a slow process, I guess. There's probably like one track that I didn't know about that's coming from South Africa that I played, but like in general, like the whole feel of the tracks, that is what's like speaking to me like a little bit, because like most of the time the tracks are like pretty like stretched out, so everything has like air to breathe, I guess. So that's like how my tracks are as well. So sometimes I have like 9 or 12-minute tracks. Yeah, 9 or 12-minute tracks, and then everything has to have like time to evolve And that's kind of what for me, like the South African sound is as well. Like vibes, just vibes, vibes, and then something's happening, and then it makes the track special, and then it's not too much, not too little, it's just the right amount. And the vibes like pretty, what I'm like keen about, like just melodies, subtle, like chilled. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Also, define a point in time is difficult for me because it's very blurry. But yeah, I don't know. I love the low end. I think that's my favorite part, like the really belly low end, and yeah, I just love it. And I take it all in and try to, you know, get something that is different but has the same kind of vibe. I don't know if that is an answer, but it's the best I can, I can do. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Yams. I'm a DJ, vocalist, and a lot of other things. So just like the pretty lady just mentioned, I did my debut in Europe and I was in Germany as well through Bridges for Music, and it was great. And played at Balsal with Rise. And I think my question is regarding like, because I know you guys do really long sets, right? And in Europe, obviously, or Germany, it's kind of like the capital of techno and house. So bringing Afro house into the mix is a bit different. And I felt like while doing my playlist, I had to mix it up with a little bit of more of a techno vibe and Afro and kind of ease into it. So I really would like to know for 7 hours, how do you guys, I don't know, you can percentage it out. Like, how do you guys prepare your playlist? You know, do you start off? And specifically also, because of different audiences. So if you're in South Africa, it's a bit more different. You can go full on Afro. But what do you guys do? Do you want to introduce Afro and with a bit of techno when you're back home? Or like, how do you work the playlist according to the audience?
I like to answer this question. So, for the past 15 years, I've been talking about how I will organize my playlist soon, but I think that's never gonna happen. So it's very chaotic. I'm really bad with names, so I don't prepare at all. I just put all in one folder, and then luckily I find something to play. So it's all very. I mean, there's kind of a selection on the USB stick because that's the music that's on the USB stick. But it's funny for me to think like when I'm like panicking, like fuck, what's the next thing to play? And then the people are like, wow, he's so good, like, and what he's doing. But I'm like, oh, okay, you know. Or I have to ask him like, what's the name again of the song, you know, with the da-da-da, and he's like, so yeah, I don't prepare at all. And yeah, with the long sets, I feel that's also influenced by Berlin because we partied. You know, the party doesn't stop. Like on the weekend you go, and then it's 12 hours here, and then you go, and it's another 12 hours, and you're partying for 3 days. And I prefer this because when I go to shows that have a really high energy level, or like kind of for me it's a little bit stressful, but so I go there, I'm like, fuck, this is so dope. But after 20 minutes, like, okay, it's always here. So I'm kind of exhausted and it gets kind of boring. Same with the light. If like it's too much going on, too much strobe, blah, 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 so much input that I'm done after like 20 minutes or an hour or two. So for us, the goal is obviously to keep it going, keep it just on the right amount of tension and excitement to have this, but never keep that for too long time. So, you know, so always be on that tipping point where it's exciting enough, but not exhausting or you know, getting boring. And yeah, we love to play, or I don't know, to play with the guys because it's very entertaining also for me when they play new stuff I don't know. And then we have this rule in the beginning. We did like we played in a certain order, like you, me, her, you, me, her. And now we are like, over the years we developed this. If you feel like you can contribute something to the party, you step in. If you feel like, okay, I go chill or talk with someone or just whatever, you know, take a break, then you take a break. So there's no rules. It just goes very organically, and whenever you feel like, okay, now I want to. And then you go in and answer that. So yeah, 7 hours feels not that long. And yeah.
Yeah, for me it's kind of the same. I mean, I have like my playlist like in my on my USB stick, but yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know, so just vibes, just categorized in vibes, but I never like plan a set or something like that. I just like put the new stuff on it, and then as I see the people and see the vibe, I just pick tracks, and the good thing is we had like 3. So we always like doing it back and forth. So if Adam's playing a new track or like a challenging track, I'm like, okay, now I have to like get with yeah, it's like a small battle going on. but we won't make like too complicated.
Yeah, one thing I have to add, for example, when we played in Joburg, for the next time, a note to myself, I think I would play a little bit more rhythmical, so not that long breaks without the drums and the reverb, so I would use a little bit more the delay instead of the reverb, because I feel this, I don't know, I feel this would be more appreciated by the crowd, where then here in Joburg, in Cape Town, it suits the way we played with more reverb and less delay. But for Joburg next year, I would try to change this. A note to myself. I hope I remember. I hope or some of you remind me next year in case I forget.
Good day, everybody. My name is Snacks. I'm an artist, musician, producer, but I mainly do hip hop. But I wanted to ask you guys, as DJs, and since you guys have been like in the game for more than 10 years, so before you guys were you guys right now sitting in front of us, like, what was the point in your careers where you guys realized that you were actually made for this and it's actually working?
Well, very late, very late. I mean, because it was like starting like super slow, but like always progressing a little bit year by year. But I would say probably for me, maybe it was like right before COVID or like after COVID. I was like, okay, maybe it's working out pretty good and everything is fine. Because before that, you're always like stressed out. Can I do it for another 10 years? People are receiving the music pretty good. I don't know. And you're always like worried, because always like, I mean, it's your job and it brings in money and you have to feed your family and stuff. So you're sometimes a little bit worried, but it was like progressing like super slowly. So there was like a point, was like just, I would say like roughly after 10 years. I mean, the good thing is, like back in the days in Berlin, everything was kind of cheap. Like rent was cheap, food was cheap. So being there as an artist, you don't have like need much money to like get around. You just have like get to some döner for like €1, and partying was not expensive as well. So it was like easy to get around. But now with everything rising, so it's good. You know, like at some point, it's working out. Now I can like chill a little bit more.
Fund the career, since it's euros and the side it's rands and the currencies, and it's very important that we fund our careers. So I wanted to know, how did you guys fund yours?
Like fund?
Equipment and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I would say like the equipment came like later on. I mean, for like the first.
We still don't own CDJs. No joke. In 2000, maybe 11, I bought a CDJ. What was it? Like 400 or 700 or something, like the silver one, and still with CDs, no USB, and then I think like weeks or months later, the new model came with USB, and I was like, fuck. Like, it was the worst investment of my life. And since then, we're like, okay, let's talk to Pioneer, maybe the sponsor, because it felt like, I don't know, we never got an equipment in the studio, but we've been talking about it for solid 10 years, probably.